There are not too many e-commerce brands out there right now at this moment doing every single thing right when it comes to Google Ads. However, I'm happy to say I have found one specific e-commerce brand, which I'll be going over in this video, which not only does almost everything right with Google Ads, but also makes over $630,000 every single month just from Google. And you might be thinking, how in the world can an e-commerce brand do almost 7 figures every single month? Well, I'm glad you asked. The reality is, if you do certain things right, and there are not too many things you have to get right, you can too, with your own e-commerce brand, achieve very similar results. And before we even actually deep dive into this brand, figure out what this brand is doing right, what it's not doing right, etc., let's first of all understand what even makes a brand successful to this level with Google Ads. And you can kind of relate your own e-commerce brand to the things I'm about to say and see if your own e-commerce brand kind of falls under any of these categories. So first things first, a successful, and that too a widely successful e-commerce brand with Google Ads contains a lot of heavily searched products. Now this might kind of make some of you feel a bit not included, because as you might have seen or heard in this case, I just said has a lot of heavily searched products. And that means a widely successful e-commerce brand does not just have 1 product or 2 products or 5 products or even 10 products. It has hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands upon thousands of SKUs and overall different products, which it consistently tests and gives to Google so that Google can go out and figure out if those products are actually winning products or not. So that means a widely successful e-commerce brand is actually a brand with a lot of different types of products. In addition, a widely successful e-commerce brand to this level has a lot of high profitability products with a lot of heavy, very high gross margin. So I'm sorry to say, but you're not gonna be able to find similar success like this e-commerce brand, which I'm about to show you in this video, selling $20 or $30 products. You need to have some products where it's hundreds and hundreds of dollars so that you have enough room to actually spend money with Google, actually test things out, and at the end of the day, come out profitable. It's just not gonna work any other way in 2022 and 2023 and onwards. But in addition, a brand that is successful to this level also has a decent to a high average order value. So what I mean by this is maybe $70, $80 and above is a decent to a high average order value. If your e-commerce brand falls under that category, then you are on a very good path, because a brand like this with this amount of success does need to have a solid amount of average order value. But in addition, a brand that finds success to this level in general needs to have some kind of meaning to it. So you can't be just another random Joe Schmo trying to find success with Google with no kind of identity behind the brand, no kind of awareness behind the brand, and just kind of going with the flow. You need to associate yourself with some kind of outer meaning that is not just associated with your next winning product, which means you should not just be focused on selling product after product or make your entire website and brand seem as if all you really care about is the product itself rather than the brand identity as a whole. So any kind of brand that has some kind of big picture meaning behind it and it's backed up behind this meaning is a brand that is eligible to achieve this kind of success. But those are sort of the main things which make e-commerce brands with Google Ads widely successful. Now, if you don't have any of these, or does that mean that you are not going to be able to find similar amounts of success? Not exactly, but it definitely helps to have as many of these things from the list as possible, because the brand I'm talking about, which is this brand right here called autoaccessoriesgarage.com, is the brand that is following all of these things to the T and is able to achieve wide range of success to consistently. Now, I'm not pulling these numbers out of thin air. If we go ahead and look at SimilarWeb for this e-commerce brand, this is a Chrome extension, by the way, which you can get for free, and look at some of the estimated data. Now, keep in mind, I know that this is not always fully accurate, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of assume that the overall monthly visitors is not exactly 965,000, but rather 900,000. And if we go scroll down and look at the search traffic source and look at how much traffic they're getting from Google in general, we can see about 77% is coming from Google, which means their entire brand is essentially running on Google Ads. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and open up my calculator really quick to show you some numbers. So let's say, for example, 900,000 average monthly visitors, and 77% come from Google. Let's say we tone that down to 70%. That equals to about 630,000 average monthly visitors every single month. And even with a conversion rate of, let's say, 0.005, which is basically 0.5%, we can see that they're getting about 3,000 orders every single month. And now doing a little bit of more estimations, we can see that their overall prices range anywhere between $19, so right here $19, all the way up to about $200, $40, $118. So it kind of varies a bit. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna assume, based on my experience with brands in this same niche, because again, I have experience kind of working with brands in automotive niches under my Google Ads agency, Your Marketing, which if you're currently doing $30,000 or more per month in revenue, you need a little bit of extra help scaling to the next level. Go onto my website at yourmarketing.com and book a free call with me to see how we can make that happen. But average automotive stores can have extremely high average order values ranging from $200 to $500, even $1,000 and more. But let's say for the sake of this example that it is $150 in this case. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna basically do a little bit of math. So let's say 3,000 orders and 150 times, that is about 450,000 minimum that they are doing every single month. And again, that's only if we're counting $150 AOV for this e-commerce brand. But in reality, it's much higher than this. It's around $600,000 to $630,000. Because this brand has everything right, they're able to get that volume in terms of the conversion rates, because their conversion rates are not 0.5%, they're much higher than that. So that is exactly how I'm aware that this brand is doing well into six figures, about $500,000 or more every single month. Now, that is a big feat on its own, but the brand kind of set itself up for success. And here's exactly what I mean. So for example, looking at all of the products, we can see that they have a wide range of different collections, exterior accessories. So they're not just auto accessories selling one specific type of product, like maybe car mats or car seat covers. They sell a wide range of different exterior products right here. So you can choose different brands, you can choose different types of categories within this major section. For interior accessories, same thing right here, different kinds of products. So you can see they have cargo and truck liners, dash kits, dashboard covers, etc., etc. They also have performance products. So for example, it gets a little bit technical here. This is more on the lower end, but if we look at some things like exhaust, now this is where it gets up to $400, $200, even to $50, and so on and so forth. So this is where the AOV really increases. But as you can see, they have a bunch of different products here, and the list just goes on and on. I mean, just in this category alone, 121 products. So that should give you an idea of just the sheer volume of products that get sold on Auto Accessories Garage. Now, as I mentioned earlier, unfortunately with Google, if you sell one product or just a few products, it's gonna be almost unlikely that you achieve this level of success. And here's why. When you have multiple different collections and multiple different products within these collections, you give Google the ability to go out and rank your shopping ads, your search ads, and because you're ranking for a wide variety of different products and different collections, what happens is Google now has more room to go into the market and actually test different things out, reach a different layer of the audience, and so on and so forth. It's like just maybe ranking for the keyword 3D printer. I mean, if we go on to Google and we type in the keyword 3D printer, there is good amount of competitors here, which means there's good amount of volume here and also buyers here. However, if you are a store that just sells one 3D printer, you pretty much limit your own success, because with 3D printers, let's say you are only selling this white color 3D printer, maybe half of these people don't even want white color 3D printers. Maybe they only want black colored ones because these white ones can get dirty very quickly. Well, in that case, if you're only selling white colored ones, you already cut your audience list in half, and you're only able to cater to half of the audience. Whereas if you had more types of 3D printers, you now could have shown your ads to them as well. So this is where really the limitation comes into play. And when you kind of limit yourself to only one specific product category, so only 3D printers rather than 3D printer accessories, 3D printer pens, and so on and so forth, that even limits you a bit further. So that's essentially why it's so difficult for you to achieve that level of success. But products are not the only reason why they're able to kind of achieve this level of success. I mean, just looking at their overall website layout, we can see that it's extremely professional and it's extremely well thought out. I mean, going onto the product page, we can see everything is very custom made. Now, how good it is, it's up to you to decide, because I mean, right here, we're not able to even see the add to cart button. So there are definitely limitations, but then it basically shows up right when someone chooses all of the different variations. So very unique, very custom. A lot of people would shop here. That's why they're getting so many visitors every single day, every single month, and they're able to consistently scale this brand. So a part of the success with doing 6 figures and almost 7 figures every single month is you need to have a custom laid out design for your website. Those Shopify generic themes are not gonna cut it, unfortunately. I mean, I'm not saying that you cannot achieve any level of success with them. I've achieved a lot of success with just those basic free themes, but if you wanna take your brand to the next level, do 6 figures a month and more, then you gotta do something that helps you stand out. And one easy way is just to have a custom theme, a custom layout that when somebody lands on your website, they can immediately associate you with a higher authority level than just some random Joe Schmo, again, just trying to sell from their mom's garage and trying to make money that way. So your product layout, your website layout is extremely important. But in addition, having a high average order value or high profitability is the next layer of growth with e-commerce brand, because having low AOV, $20, $30 per sale, it's not gonna cut it anymore. Because I mean, let's say you do 3,000 orders every single month, but then your AOV is only $20. That means you're only doing $60,000 or more a month. That is nowhere close to what this brand is potentially doing, which is $600,000 per month in revenue. That is a 10x increase than this, just because of the sheer fact that their AOV is much, much higher. So in 2022, 2023 and onwards, you need to be taking care of your AOV in order to bump your e-commerce brand to the next level, especially to compete with a brand like this. But in addition, you need to make sure your back end is properly laid out. And here's exactly what I mean. So if we go on to Google, if we type in this brand's URL, so Auto Accessories Garage, just basically type it in and look at all of the shopping ads coming up. First of all, by the way, without even going to shopping, we can see they have some search campaigns going on. This is a branded search campaign, but this is not the only one they're running. They also have some cold traffic search campaigns. But now, looking at their overall products, we can see they have a lot of proper search engine optimization techniques implemented right here. Because I mean, if you look at these titles, very different from what they look like right here. Here, it's just the title, Trident Fast Fold Tana Cover, and I probably said that wrong, but that's essentially what the title is, Trident Fast Fold ... which means there's more to this title which we're not aware of. So this is where search engine optimization takes place. This is where they're focusing more on the back end techniques to make it better. That's where the good brands stand out from the great. Because if you don't do proper search engine optimization techniques, I don't care how good your offer is, I don't care how good your products are, you're not gonna be able to find the same level of success as a brand like this, where they're taking care of their SEO. So you need to make sure you're doing all of these things right in the back end before you even go into the actual Google ad strategy. And SEO is only part of the game. You can see here they also have these Google shopping reviews submitted, which of course helps them improve their overall results and makes a normal customer want to trust their brand more, compared to a brand like this, for example, where there is no sort of reviews right here. So if we scroll down, you'll see a lot of different competitors coming up. A lot of them actually have a lot of good reviews, but then there's also some where there's no proper SEO techniques done. Their image is all over the place. I mean, there's no sort of professionalism to it, and there's no reviews. So it's not pretty hard to guess why they're all the way in the middle of this feed, while there's a lot of other brands ranking here at the top, and also Auto Accessories Garage probably ranking for cold traffic search terms way in the front as well. You just have to make sure you're doing proper SEO techniques, your Google Merchant Center promotions, and the back end stuff like the trusted store badge. Auto Accessories Garage, it's not clear whether they've done it here or not, because this little small box, it doesn't show it. But if they were to appear here, that might show whether they have the trusted store badge or not. Right here, like this is the trusted store badge that I'm talking about. But in addition, the Google shopping reviews, all these things, it's essential for your growth to this level and this scale month in and month out. There's just no escaping it anymore. If you want to achieve this level of growth, you have to implement these techniques. You have to spend time again doing these techniques. But now this kind of brings us into the Google ad strategies. What exactly is Auto Accessories Garage doing right in order to achieve this level of success? So again, with Google ad strategies, nothing too crazy. They're taking all of their products through different phases, which I always talk about in my videos, so I'm not gonna go too in depth into it, but they have the testing phase, they have the profitability phase, and they have the scaling phase. And phases, they have different types of performance max campaigns, which they are currently running, and also some form of standard shopping campaigns. And I'm able to tell just because of how they're basically coming up in front of these shopping search terms. So for example, if we kind of type in Dodge Ram right here, Dodge Ram 1500, and we type in the same exact thing that they are selling, so Tana cover, we can see whether they really come up or not. So right away, but then they're not coming up number 2, and this is most likely happens when you have performance max campaigns running, because a performance max campaign, believe it or not, is very smart. It can tell that I'm not really here to buy anything, I'm just doing a general search, because again, I don't have previous history searching up a keyword like this or for a product like this. So Google knows that, that's why it doesn't really bid too high to get this to the front. Whereas this store right here, it might be running standard shopping, hence why it's the whatever bid they have set, Google is trying to bid as high as possible, so that means it's gonna win as many auctions as possible. So that's essentially why they might be ranking here. But then again, they have done very proper search engine optimization techniques. They have the return policies in place, which again is done through the Google Merchant Center. But again, a lot of professional strategies, a lot of segmented out strategies, which you need to be also doing for your own e-commerce brand to achieve a level of scale like this. Again, I'm not going to be going too in depth into that because I have made a lot of videos on that on my channel, which you can check out. But now here's the interesting things I want to show you that kind of sort of bring us to the conclusion of this brand. This brand, Auto Accessories Garage, is not only running Google ads, but it has outspread its overall reach to multiple different social networks. I mean, it is active even on Twitter, as crazy as that sounds. And of course, Twitter has a lot of car fanatics, or car guys, girls out there who just love to talk anything about cars. And as you can see, they have over 1,000 followers. And by the way, they are very active on Twitter. I mean, they right here, as you can see, they're posting very, very frequently. So that kind of tells you how they're doing with Twitter and how much traffic they're getting. They do 15 tweets a month. Not bad. This is not fully accurate because they're much more active. And also they're doing YouTube right here. So they have a lot of YouTube videos going on, which you can see right over here. So all of this really makes a big impact on how they're doing with Google ads, because again, all of this traffic, they're not only able to get back with Google, but also kind of use this data to then go out and reach cold traffic audiences. So believe it or not, doing YouTube, doing Twitter, it's a big stepping stone for a lot of the e-commerce brands that are able to do just 100K a month, 200K a month, and then those that are able to do 500, 600, even $1 million a month. So if you want to be getting to this level, you need to be thinking outside the box, utilizing an omnipresence approach towards ads, because just running one advertising platform, that is a thing of the past. You can no longer run ads profitably that way. So Google Ads will definitely do the trick if you go ahead and implement these other advertising platforms. But again, that pretty much sums up this video as to how this brand is doing over $600,000 every single month in revenue with Google Ads. Again, it's not just Google Ads that's contributing to it, it's getting traffic from all of these other sources. It's their back end, it's their product, it's their website. Everything is coming together to then allow this brand to just with Google not only get back hot traffic, but also get cold traffic as a result. But again, if you're doing $30,000 or more per month in revenue, you need a little bit of extra help scaling to the next level. Go onto my website at yourmarketing.com and book a free call with me to see how we can possibly work together and make that happen. But if you found any type of value in this video, make sure to destroy the like button, destroy that subscribe button, and watch any of these two videos right in front of my face to take your e-commerce journey with Google Ads to the next level. And I will see you in my next video.